As always, guys, please like and subscribe if you like the content. Feel free to share it as well. That really helps. And let's get into this. So, Bad Batch. I'm going to be super straight up with you right off the bat. I have not seen much of Clone Wars. I got a lot to do. There's a lot of episodes. People have told me to watch it. I tried to get through the first few. They were not great, I'll be honest. From what I hear, towards the end, it gets really, really good. But I have seen, I've seen a few of the latter major scenes, and I have seen some of the major scenes, like the Darth Maul scenes and stuff like that. Some of it I liked and some of it I didn't. But as far as this goes, I guess it's taking place obviously during the same time period. This is a batch of clones that went wrong or whatever, and they're different than the other ones, including the fact they don't always follow orders. I think it was a cool episode. It was a little slow, and people are probably going to complain about that. But the reality of it is, when you're writing a long story like this, and this is apparently going to have 16 episodes, and who knows how many other seasons they're going to do, you do need to start off with a lot of expository dialogue and just character development and things that aren't necessarily exciting per se, but are extremely necessary if you're going to lay down a proper plot and have people in the right positions. So we learn about each individual of the five characters.
And one of the first things you notice right away was that they let the younger, like, Padawan learner Jedi go, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of immediately establishes their rebellious group of clone troopers, and I just like the idea that they did that. It was well shot, very cool little scene.
As far as the five guys goes, they do play into kind of basic stereotypical stuff, right? You got the big, strong, kind of dumb guy, the skinny, nerdy guy, the heroic leader guy, or whatever, the disgruntled, jealous of the leader guy in Crosshair. So in that aspect, it's kind of your traditional whatever. But they did a good job. I mean, it's fine. Like I said, where the show takes place in the timeline is nice. The Clone Wars, we of course don't have any sequel nonsense. The animation's really cool. I like the cross hatching, and it was an interesting way of doing, like, the faces and the shading and stuff like that. I like it because I used to draw with a lot of that when I was younger. It's not trying to be too realistic, which is okay. Like, sometimes they overdo it when they try to make it too realistic. It's like you might as well just shoot it with actual people, because you're just, So I like that. And of course it's realistic at the same time, so that part was nice. I like that these guys are outliers. Actually, this really makes the clones a lot more interesting, because the reality of it is the clones are kind of boring. I'm sorry. I know people like them, and I know people like them from the Clone Wars, but it's like they're all the same dude. I don't know. They have a purpose, but I really like this guys. They're outliers. They'll have to explain how they are all allowed to be there after being messed up clones, though. That's the one thing I'm kind of curious why they weren't just exposed of, right? Like, I guess in the Republic they didn't have that kind of morality. Maybe the Empire would. Maybe that's where I'm missing things. Took a little bit of an issue with the mess hall fight, or maybe Tarkin's reaction to it. If he was that mad about it, why were the Bad Batch allowed to chill out and relax before they were summoned and stuff like that? He just wasn't. He didn't strike me as cold and harsh as he was in A New Hope. He just seemed a little less military, intense kind of guy, I guess. But whatever, it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, he was cold-blooded in A New Hope, and he was even above Vader, so I just expected maybe a little more harshness from him. The training sequence with Tarkin, a lot of droids. I have one question, though. Where and how are they going to explain the shift from droids to humans? This is a major problem in the Star Wars universe right now, and the Dark Troopers kind of added to it. Why in the OT do you have pretty much nothing but stormtroopers, yet in everything leading up to that, it's all droids, or at least a lot of droids. And you notice that the droids are effective, and you notice that you have the Dark Troopers and stuff as well. So why would Palpatine even bother with stormtroopers? Why wouldn't he just phase out the clone troopers and bring in all robots? There's no loyalty issues. They cost money, but I mean, obviously you have resources. You're building moon-sized planet-killing things, right, in the Death Star. So this is one of those continuity issues that I don't know what they're going to do. And it's not the Bad Batch's fault for that. This has been going on for a long time, and it's been going on for a long time. So anyway, so that's one thing I wonder, like why the shift to stupid stormtroopers that don't know what they're doing? Why not make them mostly droids? And George Lucas is who created this problem with the Clone Wars. Sorry, but or excuse me, with the prequel trilogy, he's the one who created this problem. Couple too many dumb jock jokes with Wrecker. You know, yeah, but it was okay. But it was just maybe a couple too many for me. Overall, I really like his character though. He's funny, and the Batch. Then they run into
To a guy trained by Rex from the Clone Wars.
the Emperor sent you here to kill these innocent regulars, and they all start to sort of question, other than Crosshair, because he's the one that just kind of wants to do his duty and do what the Emperor says and all that type of stuff. So they talk about this Omega little girl that was on Camino that was a sort of an enhanced clone they talk about her and how they need to go get her out of there and that she may be in danger, and so they go back to save her. I'm surprised though, like Tarkin lets them live again. Treason is prison, not death now, but then we find out he's trying to run experiments. So I guess the only justification you can go with is he was gonna keep them all there and run experiments on all of them, I guess. But really, the only one he really wanted was Crosshair. It would seem, at least, who was loyal. But then, why wouldn't he just exterminate the rest? But hey, who knows? I mean, maybe that's the justification, that he was going to do more experiments on the other ones. And so they have this dust up with Crosshair after he gets his experiments done on him to make him even more loyal to the Empire and more, intense. And then the rest of them get off Camino with Omega, and then this kind of ends with, we're going to either go do our own thing, or and then they decide to go meet some friend that they know. Okay. So not a lot there. Kind of a runaround episode. They get sent to the thing, and then they find out they're being to deal with these insurgents, and then it turns out to be Rex, and they find out they're being watched by droids, and they don't like that, and then they just sort of go back to Camino and save the girl. Quote, save the girl. I mean, we're not really sure how bad things would have gotten, and they get some help from the Kaminoan, keeping the doors, the bay doors open for them so they can get the ship out when Crosshair's trying to close them. Again, it's kind of a runaround episode. It's a development episode. I think the show is good. I give the episode, I don't know, maybe like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It's fine, but it wasn't overly exciting. There wasn't much action. Again, a lot of dialogue. And again, that's okay, but in a 70-minute episode, I expected a little more. But I did like it, and I think the show has potential to be very good. We'll see what happens. What did you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section. And again, shoot me a like and a subscription if you like the content. And have a good day.